Now imagine you are an African, you live in a very difficult situation in a very difficult country. Lack of opportunities, lack of job, lack of infrastructure. Maybe you live in a war-torn country where people are dead every single day and you just said enough. You want a better life, you decide to leave. Your parents say, okay, we're gonna help you, we're gonna try, make it easy for you. They decide to sell the only plot they have to have some money. And they hand you $7,000 saying, son, take this and go fight for life and come back and help us. You take the money and you decide to leave. You go forward to not come back very soon. Hopefully reach Europe, somewhere in England perhaps, and have a good life. You leave your country and you go to the northern side of Africa. You go across Egypt, maybe across Libya where things are very difficult, and you escape Libya and you find yourself in Morocco. You say, okay, I'm in Morocco now. Maybe I need to find somebody to help me cross on the other side of the world. You finally pay some money and find a way to cross. You reach Italy. You say you want to go to France. Hopefully things are going to be better in France. You reach France just to realize that there are many French people living in the street, many homeless people, many jobless people. Very bad situation. Things are not as easy as you expected. And you say, no, I'm not going to stay here. Let me go to England. Maybe things are going to be better in England. And you reach North Port Calais, where you need to cross the English Channel, to cross the sea, the deep sea where lots of people have lost their life. But you're brave enough and you cross the English Channel. You pay money, but you cross, hoping to find liberty and freedom. Once you get to Britain, you're like, oh, finally, I'm going to be free. I'm going to have money to help my family.
Bonjour. Que vous restez assis, que vous ne bougez pas. Nous sommes là pour vous sauver. We are there. We are here to save you. To save you all, you need to stay calm and stay seated.
But as soon as you get there, you're locked up by authority and taken to a detention center where you have no freedom, no right, no liberty. You're beginning to think, but I've wasted so much money, about $8,000 to reach this place. No freedom. I was hoping to be better and help my family and have a better life. But to no avail. And you're saddened. Your heart sinks down your throat because no future is available to you. You see, this is a reality of many African people in the UK. They say that over 30,000 Africans are in detention centers every single year, and among them pregnant women and children. 30,000 people every single year. That's a lot of people. That is prison, no right, no freedom, not different than where they came from. Probably worse than where they came from. Now, the government of the UK has tried to find solutions to the difficulties they're going through. They say they've got a lot of people coming, a lot of immigrants, African immigrants coming to the UK. They say in 2021 they had over 26,000 African immigrants crossing the English Channel, as compared to 6,000 the year before. And that's a lot of people coming, and they want to stop that. They sympathize with the difficulties you're going through, but they're not willing to pay the price to have everybody in. There is no available place for everybody from Africa. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of Britain, suggested that people were taken to Ascension, a lost island, volcanic island in the center of the Atlantic Ocean. So it's a lost island in the Atlantic Ocean where people are going to be relocated. So basically, African immigrants going to the UK are not going to stay in the UK. So he suggests that African immigrants are taken to the island of Ascension in the middle of Atlantic Ocean, where there are reptiles and difficulties and dryness and all crazy stuff. Just think about it. You leave your home hoping to have a good life in Britain, just to find yourself in an island, a lost island named Ascension, with volcanoes and reptiles. Now, because people were outraged by that idea, Britain decided to find alternative measures. So they spoke to Ghana, saying, listen, we want to send all African immigrants that come here to Ghana, where we're going to take care of them from Ghana. Then Ghana said, no, we're not interested. So they went to Kenya and said, okay, Kenya, we want you to take all African immigrants that come to the UK. And Kenya said no. Then they went to Rwanda, offering them £120 million. And Rwanda said, okay, you can bring them over. We have security, we have a good country, we have good availability of jobs and situation. We're going to give them security and everything they need. So you leave your country, you go to the UK hoping to have a better life. Now let's compare that to Ukrainians. The British government has urged or encouraged British families to accept Ukrainian refugees. Meaning if you accept one Ukrainian, you're going to get up to £350 every month from government, free of tax. No tax on it. They're going to help you with everything, provided that the Ukrainian does not pay for shelter, for medical attention or anything like that. How do you feel about that? The treatment that you get being an African from the treatment you get as an Ukrainian. And in Belgium, not long ago, Ukrainian students went to a university trying to get back to school, and they were told, okay, you can come in, no problem. At the same time, Africans living in Ukraine who were studying in the same university, going to the same university in Belgium, were refused access. They said to them, no, this is reserved to Ukrainians. Can we say this is racism? Can we say this is not acceptable? Is it fair to say that? Are British wrong trying to help Ukrainians because they have very similar cultures? Are Belgians wrong accepting Ukrainians only because they have very similar culture? How do you feel about that? Shouldn't this be the time for Africans to get together and think together and say enough is enough? We cannot run from our continent forever. It's maybe time we stand up as one man and fix things. Face the government, face the powerful people that have impoverished the countries. Die if we need to die, but for a better future and for honor. Isn't it time to be honorable? Because we seem to not be. Wherever Africans go, they are rejected. They go to India, they are beaten. They go to the US, they are shot. They go to Britain, they're refused. Isn't this time to get together and think as one person and say, this is the time, even if my uncle is in government, it's time to stand up to this government. Even if my family profits from government, maybe it's time to think about everybody else, just not me. Isn't this time for Africans to stop crying racism everywhere and begin to build Africa? You cannot go to somebody's house and say they don't like you. If you don't feel that they like you, maybe it's time for you to go. Maybe you should be going and building your own house and then prevent them from coming to your house and telling you they don't like you in your house. I do believe this is a very important issue that we need to discuss about. Beyond every other thing that's not necessarily important that we talk about regularly, Africans need to stand together and find African solutions.